Today on Blue Devil Weekly, we meet the new librarian, take a look back at Fall Festival, and get the sports team update since last episode. All that and more today, Friday, October 18th, 2019.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Weekly. So, Liana, did you find anything new?
Well, something Miss Weeks is working on starting is a student-run pantry where you can access food and clothing with no questions necessary. And I find this idea just lovely.
That's really interesting. So, if you're in need of food at home or even need a new hoodie or jeans, you'll be able to visit the pantry. Don't be shy. You'll be given a bag and can fill it till your heart's desires. In order to kick off this project, local businesses and you need to get involved.
There's a competition for which advisory can donate the most before the end of October. The winner gets naming rights of the pantry and a pizza party. The pantry will kick off November 1st if food drive goes as planned. Well, good news. We finally have a new librarian, Mr. Klein.
I know. I got to meet him and got to know him a little bit, so you could have some insight into who he is. You may not have met the new librarian, but don't fret. Blue Devil Weekly's got you covered. Presenting our new super cool librarian, Mr. Klein. He does so much more than you would think, and no, he doesn't just sit at a desk all day typing. Now, Mr. Klein doesn't just stay at work all day, he also has some fun stories to tell.
Okay, I taught in North Carolina for 18 years. I worked as an English teacher and library media specialist. My family moved up here to be closer to my son, who goes to school in New Hampshire. And I took a job at a middle school in Framingham. And I drove an hour to an hour and 15 minutes every day. And luckily for me, a job opened here at Murdoch. And so far, so good. I like it here. I like being in high school again. I don't like bears. I don't know if there are bears around here. Really don't like them. They scare me. I once was given chickens by my students. That was good. And I was once grabbed by a monkey at a zoo.
This weekend was the town's annual Fall Fest. Vendors as far as you could see, games, music, food, and more covered. Central Street this past Saturday. Murdoch also held a booth if you had the chance to stop by.
Well, it's time for our meteorologist Justin to give us the weather forecast for the next few days. Justin?
I'm meteorologist Justin Manny with your upcoming 5-day forecast. Today is looking a little bit on the chilly side as temps will be starting around 34 degrees and will be warming up to 50 degrees midday. If you're going to the homecoming football game tonight, be sure to bring a warm jacket as temps will be dropping into the lower 30s. Tomorrow, the temps will hit around 57 degrees with sunny skies. And Sunday is looking a little rainy throughout the day as temps will reach around 60 degrees. Early next week, we have some rain moving in late afternoon on Monday into Tuesday, but temps will be steady around 60 degrees during the day. That's your upcoming 5-day forecast. Let's pass it back to Liana and Patrick in the studio.
Thank you, Justin, for the weather update. Next, we meet with our sports crew, LJ and Alec, for the weekly recap.
Welcome back to the Sports Weekly Update.
This week, the Murdoch Blue Devils have been on a roll with the boys varsity soccer team winning their first game 3-1 against St. Mary's. Freshman Cole Patterson netted 2 goals while senior captain Garrett Lovett dished in 1 goal. This weekend, the boys will be taking a trip down to Gardner to try to get redemption on the Wildcats at 2 p.m. this Saturday. The girls varsity soccer also took on St. Mary's home on Wednesday, but sadly lost in a 4-0 game.
Girls varsity field hockey also claimed their first victory as well. Senior captain Riley Brooks helped push the tempo against Clinton as they won their game 3-1. This weekend, the girls will also be taking a trip down to Gardner to keep their winning streak alive.
This past week, we got the chance to film the cheerleaders at practice as they look to prep for their upcoming competition at Holy Name.
We wanted you to figure it out on your own. Yes!
Got it! Slow and control!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes!
Varsity football team took on St. Peter Marian's Guardians at home, improving their record to 3-2 in the victory. The Devils putting up 52 while the Guardians only putting up 30. Senior Logan Huff had an amazing night with 172 yards rushing on 13 carries and 3 touchdowns. Now the Devils are playing Southbridge home in their homecoming game tonight at 7 p.m.
That's all for the Sports Weekly. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, hello there, my devilish friends. Let's hear the tale about our haunted hallways. The time is creeping closer for the 29th from 6 to 8 p.m., and it shall be hosted by my out-mistress of the night, Miss Rondeau, in the classes of Murdoch High. There will be chaotic games and creations brought to us by the Student Council in the lunchroom, and our haunted treats will be served by the National Honor Society. The money raised by this event will go to the yearbook, and any food left over will be sent to the food pantry to help others. So come and join us on this spooky endeavor to have the night of your life.
That sounds really interesting. I'm excited. Anyway, Spirit Week was a major hit around the high school. So many students were excited to participate. Tuesday for Pajama Day. Wednesday's Black and White Out was really successful. And yesterday, I saw so many memes. I was so proud. And wouldn't you know it, today's class colors, and we have a pep rally.
Woo! Also, reminder that the homecoming dance is tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Toytown Elementary, and it is Hollywood themed. Dress to impress.
Well, that wraps up all we have for this episode. See you next time.
Reminder to like and subscribe to our channel. We post on Fridays, and if you want to be notified, click the notification bell. I hope to see you all at the homecoming football game tonight to cheer on our Blue Devils.
Woo!
Tailgating starts at 6 p.m. with the game at 7 against Southbridge. There are lots of activities taking place tonight, including a visit by the Army Color Guard, the new Murdoch Narragansett Marching Band, and booths from each class selling food and hosting games. It's going to be a great night, so don't miss out. Have a nice day.
Bye.